You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Road Rants for Black and White Live. As you guys know, Buffalo Bills wide receiver and the NFL are in a bit of a tiff right now. And that tiff has to do with the NFL's vaccination policies. Okay, yesterday, Mr. Matrix did a video where we found out the starting quarterback for the Tennessee Titans, Ryan Tannehill, said he wouldn't have gotten vaccinated if the NFL hadn't passed that tyrannical vaccination policy. Now, we've been the first to say on this channel, if you choose to get vaccinated, awesome. If you choose not to, also awesome. Cole Beasley, who has been into it with teammates, him and Jerry Hughes got into a long social media battle over the vaccine. We found out Sam Darnold, Montez Sweat. Earlier in the year, Josh Allen had some issues with the vaccine and whether or not they should take it. Well, Cole Beasley has come out and made another statement about the NFL and its vaccination policy. So we're going to get to that right now and take a look at what Cole Beasley had to say. Cole Beasley says players need to have proper information on vaccines. I'm not anti or pro. Buffalo Bills wide receiver Cole Beasley attempted to explain why he hasn't received the COVID-19 vaccine, saying in a statement Wednesday he feels NFL players don't have all of the relevant information. He also said he's unhappy that vaccinated and unvaccinated players are treated differently under the league's updated COVID-19 protocols. I don't blame him a bit there. The testing procedures are different, and you could, in theory, get cut over not getting vaccinated. And we found out the NFLPA president, J.C. Tretter, who is a guard and a center for the Browns, came out and said the players didn't agree to wearing pieces of flair, i.e. badges or wristbands, showing whether or not they were vaccinated or not. I find that highly intrusive by the NFL, personally speaking. I'm not anti or pro-vax. I'm pro-choice, Beasley said in a statement Wednesday. The issue at hand is information is being withheld from players in order for a player to be swayed in a direction he may not be comfortable with. So he's saying the NFL is intentionally withholding information about the vaccine in order to sway players to get the vaccine. That is not cool, NFL. When dealing with players' health and safety, there should be complete transparency regarding the information. We have to know we are armed with full knowledge and understanding that those who are in a position to help us will always do that based on the individual situation. Without having all the proper information, a player can feel misguided and unsure about a very personal choice, and this is a highly personal choice. Beasley wrote about the vaccine. It makes a player feel unprotected and gives concerns about future topics regarding health and our ability to make educated decisions. He's saying if it doesn't stop with the vaccine, what is the next thing it's going to roll over to when there is a health crisis of some sort? It makes sense from Beasley. In June, Beasley explained why he wasn't getting vaccinated. If you're scared of me, then steer clear. Point blank, period. Beasley wrote in a statement on Twitter, I may die of COVID, but I'd rather die living. With NFL training camps underway, Beasley said he wanted to be a voice for players who are hesitant or not interested in getting a vaccine. Some players think that I am being selfish and making this a me thing, Beasley said in a statement Wednesday. It is all about young players who don't have a voice and are reaching out to me every day because they are being told if they don't get vaxxed, they'll be cut. So once unvaxxed players get cut, they're losing their dream they have worked their whole lives for over a vaccine that is not proven to keep people from contracting COVID, as we've seen. Other players and coaches have been hesitant about getting vaccinated too, DeAndre Hopkins said in a since-deleted tweet that it was making him question his future. He was considering retirement. Never thought I would say this, but being put in a position to hurt my team because I don't want to partake in a vaccine is making me question my future in the NFL. On July 24th, ESPN's Jana Lang reported that the league would fine unvaccinated players $14,650 anytime they violate COVID-19 procedures this season. And of course, we're pretty sure that they're going to be able to cut players over this. Safety does not solely mean avoiding the COVID-19 virus. Beasley said our health is now and years beyond, which we are trying to protect with our personal choice by doing all things we did in protocols in a very successful 2020 NFL season. So he's just saying, hey, we want all the information. And again, we don't care if you want to get the jab, fine. If you don't want to get it, fine. But that's the point. Let it be a choice. I don't feel like work organizations, I don't feel like sports organizations should be getting this personal with somebody. You are literally talking about picking up a syringe, sticking it into your body, and pushing some sort of substance into your body. Okay? And the NFL is doing their best to force that on players. Because, yeah, you are going to see, we've already saw Rick Dennison got fired by the Vikings. Now he's been hired back in a quote-unquote unnamed capacity. Okay, so in other words, they hired him back, probably gave him a pay cut, and put him in some kind of a BS job instead of doing what he's done for 20 years, which is work with players. Cole Beasley is trying to speak out on behalf of many NFL players that are still having issues with this. Mike Florio came out yesterday. I think he said something to the effect of 87% of players have now at least had, I believe, one shot of the vaccine. Okay, and that may be like, wow, that's a lot, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but if it's 87%, you're still talking about 13 out of every 100 players that have chosen not to be vaccinated. And at this point, they must feel like they have a pretty good reason. And how many of the players that got vaxxed just so they could stay in the NFL? That's the part I find appalling about this whole situation, is that you had to take this shot to essentially live a normal situation in the current state of the NFL. We know that none of these shots actually can prevent you from contracting COVID-19. You can get it, and you can still carry it, okay, even if you're vaccinated, right? And look, YouTube, I'm not giving health advice on here. You can go look that up. It's everywhere, all right? So, tell me what you think, black and white sports fans. I cannot stand that the NFL has gotten this intrusive. Again, we have no issues if you choose to be vaccinated or not. Okay, if you want to, awesome, we got your back. If you don't want to, awesome, we got your back. But it's the intrusive nature of the situation I don't like. And people facing possibly having to give up careers over this thing. Jeez. You know what? It's a shame the USFL is not already out there established where they can pay real money, because they might be able to pick up a lot of NFL talent if they chose to go with a more pro-choice policy when it came to this thing. Peace. I'm out. Till next.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.